And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your friend Sheep Ludes. I'm starting to sound a little bit like myself. If you listen to either my streams from a couple days ago or my videos, like I started to sound like, I don't know, like a Frankenstein version of myself. I don't know what sickness I had, or, well, I currently have, but man, it took me out. It's not the vid, but whew, rough stuff, dude. Apparently it's just a common cold, but like a mutated mega common cold. Shout out to Chicago. You love to see it. We start trends out here. Trends being sicknesses. Anyways, let's talk about the new content in NBA 2K23, my team. Exciting times we live in, said no one, maybe the 1,000 people that still play this game regularly. Whew! 1 hour till pack reveal. Oh yeah, you know, I got my blood boiling. By the way, we got some new bracket buster guys today if you're interested. We got Reggie Williams and Ed Pinkney. Don't know who either of these guys are. I think the better of the two is Ed Pinkney, but I picked Reggie Williams because I like to build theme teams. And the Clippers are always a difficult one to fill out. The Suns have been getting mucho love. Also, Pat Garrity is better than him. Probably not, but he's funnier than he is. So we got the Phenom set. So it's essentially like a Campus Legends type set, which I like. I like it. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got. We got some interesting players here. It's kind of weird, man. I like what we got going on here. I know the pack odds are going to be horrendous, like absolutely terrible. But like from a name perspective, I like it. So let's start with the pink diamonds, right? We got Michael Carter Williams. Shout out to my boy Michael Carter Williams with his unnecessarily luscious lips. Eddie Curry's out here, fellow headband fanatic. Appreciate it. Darius Miles also likes a good headband and a medical fraud, like both of those things. And Austin Rivers. So, Darius Miles has been hoed unbelievably this year. Now, the unfortunate reality is, as we saw with Josh Smith, it's unlikely that they're going to change his jump shot, which sucks because Brook Lopez's base is horrendous, and Darius Miles deserves a different jump shot. It doesn't even look anything like the jump shot he has in real life. Darius Miles, while being not the greatest shooter in the world, he always had like a smooth looking form, you know? So it's annoying they gave him Brook Lopez base. I would prefer if like a Seti Osman base were to be gifted upon Darius Miles. That would be fantastic. But I'm assuming it's going to be Brook Lopez with Boucher upper on probably very quick, which sucks. Tendencies won't change. Outside of Dark Matters, they're not going to be juicing tendencies on any cards. That's going to be for later in the year, you know? Badge-wise, it's going to look very similar to this card right here. Obviously much better. He'll have like corner hot zones and stuff. He'll have better shooting badges. Wouldn't say they're going to be great. Defensive badges are going to be on Hoff too. Darius Miles is going to be fine. It just really depends on what they do with his jumper. Like if they change his jumper, Darius Miles could be a very sneaky, like budget small forward option. But the reality is they're probably going to give him Brook Lopez on very quick, meaning his value is way down, way down. This is where I need a soundboard so I can make like a missile dropping sound, you know? Michael Carter Williams. This, by the way, when Michael Carter Williams got drafted, his rookie year, I was pretty convinced that this dude was like the second coming of Magic Johnson. This just shows that my basketball IQ is not incredibly high because I really was like, yo, this dude is the man. This is going to be the best point guard in the league in a couple years. And he fell off so hard. We're back on 2K22 for this one. He's 6'6", 6'7" wingspan, so he'll be a good budget point guard, you know, decently sized. He always looks a little bit bigger than 6'6". He'll be fast. He will be able to shoot a little bit. Not going to be quite as good as this card, obviously, because it came out June 10th, but the release is going to be the interesting one. Typically, he has the same release as, like, Eddie Jones. So in this case, what is Eddie Jones' release? Because I don't even remember. I like it, for sure. I just don't remember what it is. Is it 31 again? No, it's Jarrett Allen. So I'm actually pretty confident that it'll be Jarrett Allen's release, which will make Michael Carter Williams one of the better budget point guards in the game if they stick with that. Now, who knows? That being said, I mean, expect him to be very similar to Eddie Jones, just with more of a focus on, like, rim running than shooting. He'll have some shooting badges, but not the ones you'd want. He should be good, though. He should be. Keyword should. Then we got Eddie Curry and back on 22 again. I would assume. So they gave him the same release as like Dolph Shays last year. He's 7 foot tall, 7'4" wingspan. I mean, Eddie Curry is a monster. I would hope that he gets the same release as Dolph Shays this year, which will be Kuzma, but I doubt it. I don't know what other release they could give him. They typically also give him the same release that Joe Johnson has, so it's possible that he has like Ingram base. I think that's also a possibility. I don't know what they're going to do with Eddie Curry, but if he has the right jump shot, he could be one of the best budget centers in the game. No question about it. Very in tune with Dino Raja, I would say. Austin Rivers, 6'4", 6'7" wingspan. I mean, he'll be okay. He'll be like a sharpshooting point guard. Also, if they juice Eddie Curry, by the way, he's going to be the rarest pink diamond in this set. It's between him or Jonathan Bender for the person who's going to drop the absolute least from PDs, and I'm going to go with probably Eddie Curry since he's a 7-footer, but we'll see. Austin Rivers has his own jump shot. It'll be on very quick. I haven't used it because why would I have shot with Austin Rivers or Alec Burks this year? Yeah, I don't really know. Let me see. Do we have an Austin Rivers? We do. Does anybody have his release this year? Mark Jackson? Yeah, I wouldn't have used Mark Jackson for anything. He should be okay, but he's not going to be anything special, like, at the end of the day. So let's look at Jabari. Jabari is the next card, and I think he'll be pretty good. It's just a matter of, I don't know, he's got the Rui release, so he'll basically be like a Rui Hachimura clone, which will be fine. He'll be able to shoot, he'll be able to finish. He's just going to be a little bit meh on defense, which, you know, come to expect it. Jonathan Bender, I have no idea what he's going to be like, truly, because we haven't seen a Jonathan Bender in, I don't know the last time we saw Jonathan Bender. I could not be more excited for Bender, by the way, because this is a player I loved. Like, when I talk about combo forwards, like, Bender is one of those guys, like 6'11" small forward, like huge. Jonathan Bender was so good. He was in the long line of small forward power forwards that also played shooting guard occasionally. He didn't, but I'm talking more about Paul George and Danny Granger that Indiana had, because they had Bender, then they had Granger, and then they had Paul George. Like, their small forwards, perfect. Bender should be really good. I don't know if we've ever seen him in my team. Honestly, I don't think we have. If somebody could let me know if we have, because I don't remember ever seeing Jonathan Bender in my team. Maybe we saw him back in like 2K15 or whatever, but Bender should be fantastic. I feel like he's going to get gate kept, though, for sure. Now let's look at the Opals. There's no 97 overall Opals for some reason in this set. Maybe there is. They're just not showing them. I don't think so. So we got Mobley and John Wall. So we'll start with Mobley. Mobley's going to be, I don't know, man. There's John Wall. I don't know about Mobley. Mobley's going to be really interesting. Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram's cool. Honestly, for theme team reasons, I kind of wish that he was a Pelicans player, but, you know, whatever. And then Paolo. So we'll start with Paolo, right? We'll just go left to right. 6'10", 7-foot wingspan. The only issue with this card before was he couldn't play defense. I assume they're going to change that. At the small forward position, Paolo is huge, man. Like, he's so big. His player build is massive, and his jump shot is really actually good. He's going to have his own jumper on, like, quick or very quick. He's going to be able to move. He's going to be able to play defense. We could be looking at, like, a potential top, don't want to say top small forward because he's not going to be better than Bill Russell. We could be looking at, like, a potential top 5, even top 10, top 5 small forward in the game for sure with his big player build. We could be looking at something special here. Paolo's going to be nice. He'll probably be expensive, though. Or they're going to give him the Blake Griffin treatment. He'll just be mad. I'm not really sure. Mobley, 7 foot, 7'4" wingspan. A huge, long, gangly guy. His release is meh. Like, on slow, it's usable enough. It's not going to be the fastest thing in the world. It'll be pretty solid, though. He blocks shots. He plays tough defense. I mean, Mobley was a monster last year. I expect him to be really, really good. He'll probably be one of the top premier, like, buyout options. Then we got John Wall. John Wall's John Wall. Like, I expect him to have MJ dribble style, and they'll probably change a bunch of this other stuff. I hope they keep his escape, but they probably won't. Nobody really likes it, so. John Wall's jump shot is good this year, though. It's so good. I like it a lot, actually. It does have a bit of a hitch on it. If you've used Julius Erving, like, you kind of know what's going on. So I would expect them to probably change it. He probably has, like, KPJ base, but we'll see. John Wall will be good. He's a smaller point guard. He's going to be for a special person. Brandon Ingram, 6'7", 7'3" wingspan at the 2 guard. I don't know if they change his release. I'm assuming they keep it the same. He'll be very similar to how Joe Johnson kind of operates. I like Brandon Ingram, so I'm going to use him regardless. Like, I'm assuming his tendencies will be the same, and they're pretty terrible, so that's unfortunate. But B.I.'s my boy. He looks like he smokes mid. I appreciate him. He will be on the team. I can't really figure out how to do an all-mid smoker squad because, like, you know, it's very subjective. There's never any concrete proof on who smoked mid and who didn't. But I have a good idea that Brandon Ingram has smoked mid in his life, and I appreciate that. Then we got the big boys, Lonzo and Shaq. R.I.P. Well, I mean, Lonzo Ball's not dead, obviously. R.I.P. his basketball career, potentially, because it could come back, but we'll see. 6'6", 6'7" wingspan is going to be a phenomenal defender. He was already a really good defensive card. I'm going to guess right off the bat that they change his release. I don't have any proof on that because they didn't for Anthony Davis, but I think they're going to change Lonzo's release, and that could put him over the top as being one of the better point guards in the game. I don't know. Is he going to be better than Jimmy Butler, though? I don't think so. But if they give him the right release, yes. Like, if they give him like Kevin Porter Jr. release or even Jimmy Butler's relief, period. I keep saying relief. This is what happens when you try to record a video with fever brain. Because all I want is relief from the sickness that I have. It's bad, dude. I just feel like I'm going to die every 5 seconds. Lonzo is going to be good. I hope he has like this player model too. I do anyway. Then we got Big Shaq Diesel. Now the question is, can he shoot? That's going to be very interesting. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I would assume no, right? I would assume he can't shoot. Regardless, the thing about Shaq is we're at a point when we have 3-point shooting, 80 speed overall, like 80 speed Yao Mings, and power forward Taco Falls and such. So I just don't know if Shaq's really going to be that good. Like, I don't. I'm interested in his release because I used it with Alonzo Mourning, and it's actually not that bad. Now, that being said, if Shaq can all of a sudden shoot, and all of a sudden he can ball handle, and then all of a sudden his releases change, we're going to be having a different conversation, but I just don't know if these things are going to happen, truly. So let's go take a look at the market and just see if anybody is really affected by them. Now, as far as the market goes, I don't know. Like, this is such a weird set. Like, it's a set that I like quite a bit, because obviously Jonathan Bender's in here. I've been asking for him and Rasheed Wallace. And Josh Childress, for sure. I've been asking for a very long time. So I'm excited for Jonathan Bender. Hopefully he's not gatekept like Taco, or I'll be super mad. But I just don't know if any of these guys really affect the market of anyone in particular. Like, no one's stacking up with, like, Al Horford, right? So we don't have, like, a budget option that's going to be the same size as Al Horford at the position that he plays. So I don't think his, like, price gets affected by any means. Like, Eddie Curry is interesting, but it depends what they do with him. So it's hard to really say if he is going to affect anyone's price right now. I don't know if he will. That's the thing. Like, Dino, you could say he's going to affect like Dino's price, but I don't know if he will, because like I don't know what jump shot he's going to have. I don't know if he's going to be able to shoot consistently. I don't know if he's going to be able to dribble. Like, too many factors. Now, Lonzo, there's a possibility he affects the price of Jimmy Butler. It all just kind of depends what they do with the card. So we'll have to wait until tomorrow. If it's just standard Lonzo, then I don't think he really affects Jimmy's price all that much. Jimmy's still probably the better, quote-unquote, small point guard. So I don't think he really does anything to that price. I think Paolo will probably affect the price of maybe like Al Horford and like Aaron Gordon and like guys like that. Possibly even like Bill Russell, depending how good he is, but I doubt that's going to be the case. Shaq is another weird one where I'm just not sure where he fits. It's possible maybe he hurts the price of like D-Rob, or like I doubt Porzingis, because Porzingis is a 7'3" scarecrow, so I don't think Shaq really does anything to him. So it's just weird. This set is weird. Like, it doesn't really have an identity when it comes to like affecting the price of other players that are in the game right now, because I don't know. Like, Jonathan Bender is sneaky, by the way. If there's anyone that I'm really There's two guys specifically that I'm looking at in this set thinking like, okay, these two guys can make a major impact in this game. It's probably Paolo, because Paolo is basically an out of position player because he's like 6'10 and can play the small forward and has like one of the biggest player builds in the game, right? And Bender, because Bender's 6'11". Like, you know what I mean? Like, Bender is huge. Now, that's if they get this correct. I mean, just a cursory Google will tell you he's 6'11". So, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I just don't really know what they're gonna do with this. Like, he's 6'11", man. He played this power forward, small forward. He's like Durant before Durant, you know, just with like way less talent. It's my boy though. Shout out to Jonathan Renee Bender. Yeah, I don't really know, man. I don't know what he's gonna do, but I'm excited. So we could see a drop off of like premier small forwards if he really is that good. But once again, I don't know. Like, none of these guys are going to come down in price. Like, maybe we'll see like a Greg Oden come down. Maybe these guys will come down in price because it's like the 5th pack in a row that they're in, or maybe Kareem loses favor because Shaq's really good. But John Wall's not affecting anyone's price, I don't think. Mobley, if he is affecting anyone's price, it's going to be like a Dino or like someone of that nature. Ingram's not really affecting anyone's price. Alonzo, like I said, I mean, I don't think he's really doing anything to anybody, so I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below how you feel about this set. As always, been your friend Sheep Ludes. Don't worry, I'll be back to streaming and stuff tomorrow. I'm starting to feel a little bit better today, so that's what's up. You know, thoughts and prayers and whatnot. Or you can monetarily donate, you know, in the description below to help me afford Sudafed. Not for the reasons you think.